Hi Capricorn, and welcome to your Messages from Heaven reading. In this reading, we are going to channel messages from your passed on loved ones, personal messages from them to you, and we are also going to receive some guidance about your life right now and give you a little bit of direction. And this is a timeless reading, so when you come across it is when it should resonate the most in your life. All right, Capricorn, let's start with some personal messages, and after we pull these, I will describe the strongest energies of your loved ones that I'm feeling, and then we'll go into guidance about your life. So let's see what's coming through for all the Capricorns. So we have a message card, and it says, everything truly happens with purpose and reason. You will see the whole picture in time. All is in divine order. Trust this guidance I give you. So Capricorn, it's a time to have trust in your life, in your path, and the way everything is unfolding for you right now. There very well could be a plot twist, something that's going to happen up ahead that you just don't see yet, that's highly in your favor. All right, so all is well, all is in divine order. Seek the higher understanding and the answers will come in, okay? Trust this guidance I offer you, they say. Next out is another message card. This is a time of deep awakening for you. I am helping you with this process and any purging and releasing you may need to do. You are not alone. Ooh, so some of you with divine order and awakening, there's been a lot of changes, unexpected changes in your life in the recent past, or maybe over the course of like the last year, you've really been going through a lot of different things. That's because you're having an awakening at the soul. You're going to see things from a different perspective. There are relationships, habits, behaviors, thoughts, beliefs that do not really serve you and where you're headed, and all of that is falling away, all right? And some of you, this is more about the everyday where there's just been a lot of changes, and that's because there's something up ahead that you want more, but there are some things that must go in order for that to manifest. And next we have a guardian angel. I am part of your spiritual team. I am one of your guardian angels now. You will feel my guidance through your intuition, thoughts, and emotions. I am always here to help you. I'm only a thought away. Think of me and I will give you a sign I'm with you. So your passed on loved ones have become part of your spiritual team, your spirit guide, as a protector of you. So with this, there's a soul contract between you and this loved one. And in that soul contract, you know, being your guardian angel here, there are certain paths that you may try to go down and you're going to be blocked and you're going to be stopped. And that's your loved one here acting as your guardian angel, protecting you against experiences that really are not for you, that would not serve your highest good. Now we have another message card, and it says, children, I tuck the babies in every night. They can see me. I'm always watching over the little ones. So this has a dual message. Some of you, this is about your children, your grandchildren, and your loved one are there, you know, guarding, being a guardian angel. And also, some of you, this could be about a baby that is currently developing. You know, you could be pregnant, or your partner could be pregnant, or somebody very near and dear to your heart in the family is with child. And this is your loved one letting you know all is well. I am protecting, I am guarding the children who are in existence and those who are going to be born, you know, this year or maybe early next year. This loved one is going to protect them. They have a guardian angel, you know, through your loved one here. Next out is another message card, acceptance. The past cannot be changed. Please try to accept that and work towards what you can change. Make choices that align to the future you desire. You can make it happen. So Capricorn, this is a powerful message coming out here at the end, along with these two cards. So each and every one of you, no matter what you've been through, all the changes that have been taking place, what was lost in the past, what didn't work out, what didn't manifest in the past, it truly wasn't meant for you. And I know, just depending on where you're at on your journey, that could be really hard to accept and to hear. And then for others of you, you're like, yeah, I know this. I've come into this understanding. It's just been hard to really let it go, or to forgive, or to find the healing or the understanding that I so desire. And your loved ones are coming in wanting to offer that to you right now. So Capricorn, a lot of things about the past, it's time for you to come into clarity. It's time for you to evolve all your experiences, to transform into wisdom, and know that you are blessed. Know that you are protected, all right? And the path that you're on, this loved one is ensuring that you make it to your highest potential, to all the experiences, people, and situations that are meant for you, because we can come across stuff that's not meant for us. We do have free will, okay? And oftentimes when we really push and force against, all those barriers, obstacles, and red tape, we end up getting burned. And that's because when there's that much resistance, it's either that is not the way at all, or you're not ready vibrationally yet to fully embrace that path. There is still some work to be had, some things to be learned, some evolution, all of those things. So when you are feeling really restricted, instead of trying to push through, pull back and, really still your mind and your inner self, and ask your loved ones, what is this about? Is this really just not my path? Or do I need to grow and evolve a little bit before I can proceed forward? And the answers will come to you. And that's how you, go with the flow. That's how you don't resist your path. And the past cannot be changed. It's happened. It's water under the bridge. And the wounds, the heartache, the sadness, the frustration may still remain. But your loved ones want to come in and really help you heal that, Capricorn, and ease worry from your mind and let you know all is well. You're headed somewhere good. Now, I'm going to pull in the 3 strongest energies. That doesn't mean there's only 3 loved ones here, but these are just the 3 strongest that I'm picking up on. To keep this reading grounded and to keep myself grounded, I don't really go beyond 3, but just know there's more than that, all right? The first one coming through is very wise. It feels like a grandfather type of energy to me, whether this was your biological grandfather or just somebody that you really looked up to. This is a masculine energy. This is somebody who had seen and experienced a lot of life, had a very long life, and also with this person, I don't feel that they spoke a lot of words. Like, they weren't a person, to chat your ear off or to talk about, nonsense, small talk, all of that. No, this was a person that of a very few words, but what they had to say was very effective, very impactful, thought out. So this energy, grandfathery, mentory, very protective of you, very stern as well. Like, I'm picking up Saturn energy. This is somebody who understands the importance of tough love, of hard work. And even if you have made a success and you've achieved a lot of things, like, never forget who you are, never forget where you came from, and you are no better than anybody else no matter what you achieve. Like, this person, very advanced soul, very wise being, and again, they have lived a lot of life, and the advice that they give or what they project to you now doesn't mean that when they were embodied they always walked their talk, okay? Like I said, they had a very long life, and so it was through all their life experiences that they became that wise being, by making mistakes, by falling down, by doing stupid things, and they learned from it and they evolved. And so that's the energy they project to you now. This really feels like the guardian angel energy, where, I don't want you to make the same mistakes I did. Let me give you the wisdom. Let me give you the advice so you stay on your path and trust your journey no matter what, because it's always going to lead you somewhere. And no matter what the energy is, good, bad, neutral, boring, exciting, it's ever changing. It's always going to pass no matter what's going on. That's why it's so important to honor and appreciate every single moment that you are given, no matter what's going on, because once that moment is past, it's gone forever, and everything is constantly in motion. So that is a very strong message from this wise old being. And now the next The next one coming in, it kind of feels like a pair, but they're not related, they're not connected, but they're coming in together. Since it's like I only want three because I feel male and female energy here. And this is somebody younger, like 45 or younger. And the biggest thing is like the way they transitioned was very unexpected. It was, tragic. It was an injustice. It felt very unfair, very shocking to you, okay? And there's an acknowledgement of that, Capricorn, and you may still be haunted, and your heart hurts for what happened to them, the way they transitioned. It could have left you in a place of, utter disbelief, not understanding, and maybe some of you kind of lost your way with spirit because it hurt you so bad what happened to this person. It's the way they transitioned. And, when it's a tragedy, that could entail so many things, from just like an unexpected accident to much darker sort of situations, right? So we're not going to dig into that energy just because this is a general reading, but there is this acknowledgement of a tragic passing and wanting you to know I'm okay. And again, I feel two coming in, trying to be as one, like they both want to speak. And for you guys, I think this is a male energy, and some of you this was a female energy, and that's why they come in together, like, no, we have to be together. Or if I'm just saying masculine, some of you will be like, well, man, that sounds like my loved one, but it was a female. So I think that's why they come in together, because they both transitioned in a very tragic sense. And for you to know for sure that it's them, that's why they're coming in together. They're not related, but it's male and female, okay? And they just want you to know that, like, I'm here, and I know that was painful for you, but I have, transitioned back into the energy of unconditional love, and I'm healed from this earth plane experience, and I want you to be healed from it as well, all right? And the last energy that I'm picking up on is a very quiet energy. This is somebody who feels more like a hermit. I'm not really getting a fix on age or gender with this one. Like I said, very quiet person. But this person is somebody who kind of was just on their own, in their own energy. They had their own way of doing things, and they did not see the world the way most people do. There was a element of wisdom, great intuition about them, but it does not feel to me as advanced as that wise soul that's coming in, that grandfather. Yeah, that grandfather-y mentor energy, that's your guardian angel for sure. And if you don't know who that would be in your life, then this is an ancestor of yours that, incarnated through the bloodline in which you have incarnated, and you may never have met them, okay? But this, in this lifetime, but you know them at the soul. So that grandfather-y, mentor, wise energy, that's who this guardian angel is, no question. Because this quiet soul that I'm picking up on, they were intuitive. There was a level of wisdom about them, but it was not to the same magnitude or degree of this other person. And that could mean like they transitioned much earlier in life than this wise soul that's coming through. But they're just very quiet, and it's almost like me saying that is that's how you'll know them. Just somebody who very much kept to themselves. And I am not getting a reason why they were like this to, walk through life. It could just be they were a very unique being. They were wired differently. They didn't go with the status quo. They weren't somebody to jump on fads. They were very much their own person, and dressed the way that they liked, did their hair the way that they liked, lived their life to their own standards and expectations, and screw, everybody else and what they expect. Like this person, very strong, stubborn soul, but also had the wisdom to realize like my life is my own, and I'm going to live it the way I want to. And that may have been hard to deal with about this person at times, because again, they're very quiet. They did not express and articulate themselves very well. They kept a lot in, and it was really like my way or you can be gone. Like, that's their energy. And I do feel some remorse around that, like wishing that they had opened up more emotionally and let more people in on their journey. All right, so those are the personal messages and primary energies I'm feeling from your loved ones. So let's get into your reading and see what sort of guidance they're trying to bring forth right now. And this is can go, a month back from watching this reading, or a month ahead from when you view this reading. Look at that. We have an energy card, and we have true love coming through. Capricorn, this could talk about connections with friends as well as romantic connections, and that's, being acknowledged. But the basis of this is you yourself have to be your true love first. You've got to notice all the things about you that are magical and special and unique, and love them and honor them in order to pull that type of energy into your life. Because the way you perceive yourself, so many people respond to that energy unconsciously. And when you know that you're worth something, and you love yourself, and you have boundaries, and you're not going to you're not going to tolerate being treated badly because you don't give that sort of behavior or energy out to others, life really changes. And that's I was a very giving, loving person, but I'll tell you what, I put up with so much crap from people just out of emotional connection, and it really screwed me over. And the more I put boundaries in place and said no, things really changed. So Capricorn, love yourself. Love yourself as much as you would love the person you refer to as the love of your life, because you are just as precious. You are just as special as that person that you claim as the love of your life. You need to be the love of your life first, and your loved ones are acknowledging that. But also with true love, there's all this shifting and changing to really align you to situations and experiences that are more loving, as well as friends, and some of you romance coming in. And now we have intention, and this is peace. So this is talking about your energy again. And even though you may have felt like you've been in an uphill battle, focus on the peace within. Focus on, where you're headed. And again, that energy is always in motion. No matter what you're going through at any given moment, it will pass. It will. And freaking out and worrying, feeling bad, that doesn't help. That doesn't change things. That doesn't make anything magically appear. And also, it keeps you it keeps your mind foggy. The more that you balance yourself and you meditate and you accept what is and acknowledge the power within you for change, that you can make anything happen in your life, magic starts to happen. Believe in the higher potential for yourself. Believe that all things happen for a reason. Believe that all of this is just a part of your journey, growing you, evolving you into a different vibration, a different frequency of being, of perceiving, which is going to align you to different relationships and connections and experiences that are more peaceful, more filled with joy, more filled with love. Now we have, look at that, we have a spirit card with your higher self, and this is a beautiful confirmation of this awakening that's happening within you, Capricorn. All is truly well, and sometimes it's the hardest things in life that really crack us open, and in that space the light can finally get in. And when the light can finally get in, that's when we have our illumination. That's when we begin to change from the inside out, and there's no pushing and trying to pull against it. It's so natural that you just fall right into it. Your higher self trying to come through much stronger than in the past, especially through your intuition, and wanting to balance you and calm you through these different changes that have taken place, and let you know all is well. You're being led. You are very protected. And when you're going through some really hard stuff, that means you are evolving very rapidly. And again, I know nobody wants to hear that when it's happening. I've been there. But what you're being shaped into, you're going to be grateful for it when you reach the other side, and you're going to feel good about yourself, because, you know, when you've been through it and you've gotten yourself through it, that's something to feel proud of. That's a champion. Okay, that shows that you're strong and that you're wise, and you're not falling into that victim energy, that woe is me, that so many of us succumb to through heavy circumstance. And that doesn't mean deny your feelings of what you're going through. Accept them, you know, mourn if you need to mourn, nurture yourself, love yourself, be tender on yourself. Even if you've made some mistakes, you don't need to beat yourself up. That doesn't do any good for you, okay? The best thing you can do is learn from any mistake that you've made. That right there, that's the evolution. That's the balancing of your karma. Okay, sorry, I keep hitting the camera. I'm trying to shuffle and pull you guys out some tarot. Knight of Swords, a lot of activity going on in that mental body. The Star, see, there is light up ahead, Capricorn. Things are going to shift and turn for you. You've got to trust that. Look at this, new beginning, new energy. Why? Because you are having this awakening. You are doing this purge to align you to this beautiful new energy. High Priestess, look at that. There's a lot of mystery. There's a lot of uncertainty, but things are going to be revealed to you. And also this High Priestess goes back to the higher self and this awakening that's happening. Your loved ones really want you to tap into your intuition, your inner knowing, much more. Connect to your spiritual self much, much more, Capricorn, because you will gain and receive so much more strength mentally and emotionally, the more in alignment to your spirit, to your higher self that you are. Your loved ones helping with this process. And man, your intuition, you are on point. Your loved ones speak to you through your intuition, and they want you to tap into that energy about yourself much, much more. And now look at this, the Page of Pentacles. This pairs well with the Fool. This is talking about this new energy. Some of you, this could be a new job, new connections coming in, new experiences, but they're solid, they're stable, they're steady, and you see those butterflies. This all comes after this awakening and purge process that you are currently going through. And you know, this is a general reading, so the depth of that for each of you is going to be felt differently, obviously. But I just want to point this out to you, Capricorn. You have 3 major arcanas and then 2 court cards going on here. Okay, major shift, major change, major turning point in your life right now. And you know, just think of like the past, your history, and notice what cycles you go through. For me, it seems like I'm on this 7-year cycle in my life. Every 7 years, like major changes and shakeups happen, like job change, relationship breakup, changing of friends. It's very bizarre. Now that I'm 42, I noticed this like every 7-year pattern. And around mid of 2019 is when that 7-year cycle shifted and changed for me, and life is just totally different. And so for you guys, I see that. And to know what your patterns are, what your cycle, not your patterns, what your cycles are, you've got to think back on your past and see, you know, when does stuff seem to really shift and change. throughout your journey, because right now you are in one of those phases where things are really shifting and changing, because your whole life is about to change, okay? And it's always for the good, and there's always going to be these beautiful new experiences and new connections coming in. And I see it here with the Page of Pentacles, and this is very solid, stable energy. Again, there's a lot of mystery around this, a lot of uncertainty within you, with the Knight of Swords. But Capricorn, don't worry, fall in love with yourself. Trust your path, trust your journey, tap in more to your intuition. You're having this spiritual awakening, and for some of you, this might be where you're having this deep awakening to your spiritual gifts, or some natural ability and talent, and you're about to really shift. Again, I was an accountant all my career life, and then about 7 years ago is when things really started changing, and now here I am doing the tarot. Not an accountant anymore, full-time tarot, okay? And this was always something that was kind of, you know, in the background, and now this is like my whole world. So again, sometimes you don't see things coming. What's calling from within, the awakening at the soul, that is letting you know that reality is being torn down and everything's about to shift and change to your highest good, to your highest happiness. I'm much happier doing this than I was being an accountant, okay? For many years of my life, that did align very well with my personality, and it satisfied me. And then once I had my awakening, that was not who I was anymore, okay? And that's where you guys are at. There's an awakening here, and who you once were, that's not who you're going to be moving forward. Big changes coming in for Capricorn, but all in a very positive sense, because, you know, we got these major arcanas. So you're at that point. Think back on your life. How many years ago did you have a major shift and change? Look at the astrology from that time. Look at the astrology that's going on right now as all these shifts and changes are happening for you. And you're going to see, okay, you're going to see which planets affect you the most, and, you know, which alignment of planets and everything like that, which will help you understand your life journey a little better. Your natal chart is your blueprint for this lifetime. All right, let's pull some more cards. Oneness. Oh, I love it. Capricorn, awakening, connecting to your spirit within, and there is no stopping you. And it's time. Even those of you who are already awakened, this goes deeper. This is the next level, the next awakening. Nurture. It's time to love yourself. No matter what, Capricorn, no matter what. You know, when you're feeling down, you can't beat yourself up. That's when you need to love yourself more. That's when you need to be there for yourself more. The way that you would be there for another person who's going through a lot is exactly how you need to be there for yourself. Even if some of these things, you know, you're like, no, this is my fault. You know, not all of you feel that way, obviously, but some of you do. And you're like, no, this is my fault. The fact that you can acknowledge, you know, you wish you would have handled things differently in the past, and you intend to, should the situation arise in the future, you're doing the work, Capricorn, and there's no reason to have the remorse and the guilt. Once you realize a mistake and error, that's the reckoning, okay? And you don't need to continue to beat yourself up for it. I do feel, you know, for me personally, I do like to feel bad when I screw up. I sit in that for a little bit, just because I really want to grow and learn from it. And I want to feel that misery so that I'm like, I never want to put myself in this misery again. So there is, you know, something to be gained from, you know, feeling bad, feeling guilty about certain choices. However, you can't linger there too long, because then it really pulls you down. Once you realize, man, I should have really handled that differently, and I will in the future, and you know that, and it affects you deeply, and you feel it, you've done the work, and it's time to set it down and move forward and let the universe do its magic, okay? So love yourself, nurture yourself, and compassion. Have compassion for yourself, have compassion for others. Sometimes the meanest, nastiest people that we encounter and deal with, it's because so much horrible things has happened to them throughout their journey that they're just empty inside. They're dark and they don't have any concept of you know, how hard their energy is to deal with or be around. They really have no concept. And so have compassion in your heart. It doesn't mean that you need to put up with, you know, their bad behavior. Like, you can have compassion and empathy for somebody in their situation, but you've still got to put your boundaries down. And that's no excuse to treat you bad. Just because they've been through it doesn't mean you deserve to be treated like that. And sometimes, you know, we accept bad behavior from one person because of things that we feel guilty about that aren't even connected to that person. And again, Capricorn, no, once you realize that you have made a mistake, you've done the work, okay? Do not tolerate bad behavior. Put the boundaries in place, but understand most people who are mean and nasty, it's because it was done to them. All right, let's pull another message from your loved ones. You are never alone. So they keep acknowledging that. You are not alone. You are never alone. They are always with you, especially through this beautiful awakening and shedding that you are experiencing, moving into the next phase, the next cycle of your journey. All right, let's pull another personal message. Talk to us. We are still listening. So they want you to reach out more. They want you to quiet your mind. They want you to allow them into your space so they can better guide you. And how do they speak to you? Through your intuition. All right, and they keep acknowledging that. And with this awakening, some of you are meant to be mediums. You already are doing it, you just don't know. Like, you think it's in your head, or you really question yourself. Some of you may know, but then you're like, I don't know. Here's your confirmation. Yes. And each and every one of you, your loved ones want to communicate with you stronger. Some of you, that will be direct mediumship. For others of you, that is through your intuition and your dreams. Really pay attention. All right, so let's pull you some advice. Stand in a garden and be thought-free just for a moment. Yes, yes, and then you will hear them. The epiphanies, the enlightenment, the breakthrough, the clarities, the answers. We do have this High Priestess where you feel blocked, but all the information is there and you receive it spiritually through direct contact with your loved ones or through your intuition. They'll speak to you through either place, okay? And there's your confirmation of that. Next is, if you don't release the arrows, your aim is all for nothing. Aim straight and shoot the arrow. And what that means is you've got to stop looking at the past, at what didn't happen, what was lost, what should have been, could have been, but wasn't. It's time to look forward to the future, because they're saying there's a lot to be excited for up ahead. You're in that transitional phase right now, Capricorn, and the best is yet to come. You know, with the Pentacles, that could be job, that could be money, that could also be like friends and connections. And some of you, we do know it's romance. It's each of you have different things going on in your life right now, and your loved ones are like, don't look at the past. Let us help you heal. We're protecting you, and the best is up ahead, okay? So those are your messages, Capricorn. I'm sending you lots of love and light. Take care.